Je suis arrivé ici dans le Limousin. Des fois, voilà, j'achetais de la viande à Limousine, mais je n'imaginais pas toute la souffrance, toute la douleur, toute cette manipulation, toute cette horreur, quoi. Et on est au XXIe siècle, il faut évoluer, il faut avancer. Il n'y a pas besoin de manger de viande, il n'y a pas besoin de tuer des animaux pour se nourrir.
Mauricio García-Pereira, vegetarian, from Slaughterhouse to Animal Liberation, part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
When someone asks you, "Qui manière?" it means, "How are you?" in Mauritian Creole, a French-based Creole language spoken on the island of Mauritius, off the southeast coast of Africa. Mauritius is famous for its harmonious, multicultural population, white sand beaches, coral reefs, and crystal clear blue Indian Ocean waters. Kind-hearted viewers, my name is Natalie. The peaceful Mauritians thank you for the love and care you give to nature and to all sentient beings. May God's grace fill your lives with greatness, sunshine, and positive energy. Welcome to the first episode of our two-part series, Mauricio García-Pereira, Vegetarian, from a slaughterhouse to animal liberation. Mauricio is a brave Spanish whistleblower and author who emigrated to France 20 years ago and worked for 7 years at the Limoges slaughterhouse, where he witnessed the abuse of animals, including the slaughter of pregnant cows. No longer able to bear it, he decided to contact the Animal Protection Association, L214, and agreed to smuggle a camera into the slaughterhouse and secretly film the atrocities going on inside it. Mauricio testified with his face uncovered.
Je sais que je vais perdre mon emploi, mais je sais aussi que je n'ai rien fait de mal. Ce qui aurait été mal, c'était de ne rien dire.
Je suis arrivé ici dans le Limousin. Des fois, voilà, j'achetais de la viande à Limousine, mais je n'imaginais pas toute la souffrance, toute la douleur, toute cette manipulation, toute cette horreur, quoi. Et on est au XXIe siècle, il faut évoluer, il faut avancer. Il n'y a pas besoin de manger de viande, il n'y a pas besoin de tuer des animaux pour se nourrir.
Suddenly, the Limousin steak that Mauricio liked upon arriving in France did not appeal to him anymore. He wanted people to know what was really happening to the animals in the slaughterhouses.
Pendant plus de 6 ans, à moi, on m'a pris la tête avec le prestige, blason prestige. Race Limousine, grand concours, à Limoges, à Bellac, à Guéret, à Paris, des grands concours de la race Limousine. De belles photos avec de belles vaches et de belles veaux. Et le Limousin, n'importe quel restaurant, vous voyez partout, blason prestige. Et quand j'ai découvert, c'est ce qu'ils font réellement à l'abattoir. Qu'est-ce qu'ils font exactement, comment ils font pour garder cette blason prestige, moi j'ai tombé dans le noir, je ne croyais pas.
Mauricio believes that if meat eaters truly knew what was on their plates and where it came from, they would undoubtedly rethink what they eat. He says it's time to open our eyes to where meat comes from.
As far as I am concerned, I stopped eating meat. I am a vegetarian. We can go without meat. It's good for animals. It's good for the planet. And therefore, it's good for people.
After working at the slaughterhouse for 7 years, he became totally disgusted by the brutal practices he saw taking place there. He soon realized that the suffering of animals needed to be exposed and stopped.
Je ne pouvais plus. Moi, j'étais à bout. Et je voulais dénoncer les pratiques, le nombre d'animaux, déjà, par jour, parce que c'est pas quelques vaches, c'est des centaines de vaches, d'agneaux, de cochons, de tous les âges, de tous les tailles, hein, des petits, des bébés, jusqu'à les vieux, hein, les vieux truies, hein, les vieilles truies, entre guillemets, les jeunes cochons, les tout petits, des agneaux parfois même de quelques jours.
Deeply shocked by what he saw, he asked officials and veterinarians about these barbaric practices, but only received evasive and embarrassed answers, accompanied by an order to continue doing his job without questioning anything.
Mais il n'y a pas que les vétérinaires, il y a aussi la direction de l'abattoir, la mairie, ils sont pour, ils disent rien. Eux, ils pourraient aussi interdire, non, l'abattage des petits veaux, les tout petits, ou les petits veaux, ou les vaches pleines, et non, on ne les tue pas. Mais c'est les grossistes, c'est le système capitaliste, les grosses entreprises, c'est eux qui disent, c'est nous qui payons, alors vous, voilà, si vous n'êtes pas d'accord, je vais ailleurs. Je vous amène 12 vettes à tuer, j'ai une vingtaine que vous ne voulez pas tuer, alors moi je m'en vais ailleurs. Et vous perdez votre marché.
Dear viewers, we will pause for a short break and show you the heartwarming love between humans and animal friends. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. The inferior creatures groan under your cruelties. You hunt them for your pleasure, overwork them for your covetousness, and kill them for your gluttony, and set them to fight one with another till they die, and count it a sport and a pleasure to behold them worry one another. Thomas Tryon, vegetarian. Gentle viewers, welcome back. When Mauricio arrived in France, he went without work for over 3 years, until finally, out of desperation, he took a job at the Limoges Slaughterhouse. He explains the process of how the poor animals are slaughtered.
C'est une chaîne d'abattage, il y a 25 postes, une trentaine de personnes. Je parle que de la chaîne. Chacun il fait son boulot. Chacun il fait sa part. On commence pour l'attourdissement, après on va prendre l'animal et on va le saigner. Et on va commencer pour découper d'abord les pattes, la tête, on va élever le cuir, ça devient la carcasse. Après on va ouvrir le sternum. On va vider d'abord le système digestif. Donc c'est la panse, l'œsophage, les tripes. Et puis après, voilà, on va enlever les abats, les poumons, le cœur, le foie, les rognons.
The horrific abuse that the meat and dairy industries inflict on animals is happening daily throughout the world, behind the walls of factory farms, slaughterhouses, animal transport systems, and in the fishing industry. Billions of innocent animals are violently killed every year. Recently, animal welfare campaigners have staged protests at Morrison's supermarkets across England after a worker at a Morrison's branch accused the supermarket of selling Franken chickens. Chickens from one of Morrison's suppliers were genetically engineered to grow bigger and faster than they naturally would, and suffered in cramped conditions at intensive facilities. But the animals aren't the only ones affected. Slaughterhouse staff describe their work as numbing and traumatizing. Many have suicidal thoughts. and knowing where the meat comes from, cannot even look at the dead animals packaged up in the supermarkets. Dangerous working conditions and abusive bosses further stress employees, many of whom turn to alcohol and drugs in an attempt to cope. They endure severe psychological trauma and emotional dissonance that can lead to domestic violence and post-traumatic stress disorder due to the consequences of their work killing innocent animals. Mauricio could not bear to witness the abuse of employees and animals in the slaughterhouse, and he wanted to let the outside world know how bad the conditions were. But his co-workers were not interested and even made fun of his idea. Therefore, he began to privately take pictures inside the slaughterhouse with his own mobile phone. He explained,
Je voulais arrêter bien avant. Avant 7 ans. J'ai attendu parce que je voulais dénoncer les pratiques et surtout l'abattage des vaches gestantes. Comme on peut tuer encore des vaches gestantes tous les jours. Comme on peut tuer les petits veaux, hein, les mères avec le veau à l'intérieur. À moi qu'on m'explique ça, d'accord? Et je voulais le dénoncer après 4 ans. Mais je ne savais pas comment. Alors j'ai attendu jusqu'au jour que j'ai découvert à la télé l'association L214. Et c'est merci à l'association L214. C'est moi qui les appelais. C'est moi qui les ai montré des photos. Après, j'ai fait des vidéos pour eux. J'attendais le bon moment, qu'il n'y avait personne autour. Et moi, je savais, je ne pouvais pas faire des grandes vidéos. C'était des vidéos ou des photos de quelques secondes. Puis après, quand j'ai contacté L214, ils m'ont laissé une petite caméra GoPro, si je peux le dire. C'est une GoPro avec une boîte plastique hermétique que je pouvais planquer. Mais voilà, c'était des vidéos de quelques secondes, une vingtaine de secondes maximum. Parce que moi, voilà, j'ai fait tout ça en cachette. Parce que moi, j'avais parlé à l'abattoir que je voulais dénoncer tout ça.
Gentle viewers, we say a big bravo to all the ex-slaughterhouse workers like Mauricio García-Pereira, who have awakened, refrained from eating meat, and become animal rights activists to help open people's eyes to the atrocities taking place where they used to work. May God continue to bless and guide their footsteps. We are grateful to Supreme Master Ching Hai for inspiring and supporting us to move forward on this journey to protect our beautiful planet and our innocent animal friends by choosing the benevolent vegan diet.
能吃肉能享受众生肉的人呢，表示说他的那边呢不够爱心的意思，他才能够还可以吃肉又那么快乐活下去的，所以他不能有那个佛的品质还原已经发挥在里面了。如果他的佛的品质还原已经发挥了，他当然着看肉已经苦了，我替众生痛苦了，不敢吃，不想吃，是很痛苦的。
A vegan diet is the most effective way to improve health, prevent fatal diseases, stop global warming, and protect the environment and all living beings. It is the only choice consistent with a spiritual life of personal growth, but also the correct path for everyone. Veganism and meditation can create a life that reflects love, peace, and harmony from within. On today's program, we continue featuring Mauricio's book, his condemnation of the slaughterhouse, and other workers' testimonies. Like many other slaughterhouse workers, Mauricio had to witness very traumatic scenes of the killing and butchering of innocent animals daily. At night, he would be haunted by the horrors he had seen in the slaughterhouse and suffer from nightmares even after he had stopped working there. As a father of 2 young boys, Mauricio was horrified when his kids asked him what his job was. He just could not tell them the truth.
Ça fait 4 ans que j'ai arrêté et j'ai encore aujourd'hui des cauchemars. Il y a des nuits que je me réveille au milieu de la nuit, que je vois encore les animaux accrochés, les odeurs. Et je me réveille et je dis, oh, merci mon Dieu, c'était qu'un rêve. Merci mon Dieu, c'était qu'un cauchemar. Vivre ça. Je ne le souhaite à personne. Quand vous allez chercher le week-end vos enfants, comment vous l'expliquez? Oh papa, qu'est-ce que tu fais dans le travail? Comment vous pouvez l'expliquer ça à vos enfants? Excusez-moi. Comment tu l'expliques ça? On ne peut pas, ferme, laisse tomber, nous. Faites tes devoirs. Allez, on va jouer, on va regarder un film. On va jouer à quelque chose. Mais je ne peux pas t'expliquer. On tue des centaines d'animaux par jour. Des centaines d'animaux par jour. C'est pas une vache, c'est pas 2 vaches, c'est des dizaines. 20, 30, 40, 100, 150, 200, 300 de la journée. 350 même, jusqu'à 400 bêtes par jour, 400 bêtes par jour. Non-stop. Si vous comptez, 1 minute 30, en 1 heure, ça fait 35 à l'heure. On n'a pas encore terminé d'assommer la première, qu'on est déjà en train d'assommer 12 autres. On n'a pas encore tué la première, on n'a pas fini de saigner la première, qu'il y en a déjà 3 autres qui sont assommés.
Mauricio revealed the truth that causes mad cow disease, which was transmissible to humans, while he was working in the slaughterhouse. It was so shocking to him to witness the cruel slaughter of pregnant cows and their fetuses being thrown into the trash. Some of these baby calves are even torn from female cows' bellies before they are born. The heifer cows are forcibly, artificially inseminated, and then, if the numbers of cows which become pregnant surpasses the farmer's target, some who are already pregnant are slaughtered just to save costs.
En fait, c'est certains élevages, certains éleveurs, ils donnaient aux vaches, qui sont des herbivores, et pour les faire grossir plus rapidement, de la farine d'origine animale. Comme on peut donner à un herbivore un aliment, on peut le faire manger de devenir carnivore. Dans la tête, voilà, un herbivore, il n'acceptait pas des protéines animales. Alors les farines animales, il a provoqué la folie dans les vaches. Les vaches, ils pétaient un plomb, on les voyait sauter. En plus, il a eu pas mal de morts, surtout en Angleterre, et quelques-uns en France. Il n'y a aucune loi qui interdit l'abattage des vaches gestantes. Il y en a beaucoup aussi qui sont des petits fœtus, ils sont tout petits, mais déjà formés, déjà bien formés. Et je les ai eu dans la paume de ma main. Des vaches qui sont inséminées artificiellement, ils sont violés. Comme il y en a trop, on va couper la moitié, on garde une moitié et l'autre moitié on va la tuer. Que pour l'argent, que pour le bénéfice, que pour pas, soi-disant, perdre de l'argent.
Now engaged in a crusade against these practices, Mauricio promises that he will not stop his fight as long as there is still a European law allowing these practices. In May of this year, the Animal Protection Association, L214, who regularly publishes shock videos to denounce the conditions in which animals are bred and slaughtered, asked the Minister of Agriculture for a new generalized audit of all slaughterhouses in France and called for the closure of all slaughterhouses. Compassionate viewers, we will take a moment to shower our animal companions with love and praise for all the joy and blessings they bring to our lives. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Vegan, the beloved of all beings.
Warning: sensitive images.
Welcome back, thoughtful viewers, as we continue to highlight the courageous ex-slaughterhouse employee Mauricio García-Pereira. While L214 had been receiving many pictures from other staff members who were also horrified by what they saw happening, these people kept their faces covered to protect their identities. Mauricio García-Pereira, however, realized that he could no longer hide from the horrors of the cow slaughters he witnessed, and came out publicly against the Limoges slaughterhouse. We value his courage in exposing the violence and suffering caused by the meat and dairy industry. May the French local and national governments revise their policies and introduce regulations to prohibit the killing of pregnant cows in all French slaughterhouses, and may governments all around the world also implement compassionate new legislation to protect these beautiful sentient beings. In a lecture given to our fellow association members, our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the truth about why our world is in such turmoil, with so much suffering taking place in all corners of the globe, what the root cause is, and how we can turn it around and shape a better, brighter future for ourselves.
Master, are the recent disasters around the world somehow connected with the billions of animals slaughtered every year for human consumption?
Of course there are. As you sow, so shall you reap. And like attract like. Scientifically speaking, spiritually speaking, we have been warned. So all the disasters that have happened around the world, of course, are connected with human unkindness to the co-inhabitants. That was the price we have to pay for what we have done to the innocents, who have done us no harm, who are also the children of God, who have been sent to earth to help us and to cheer our days. Now, the number one thing that is most important is nonviolence. Nonviolence to humans and animals. Of course, that means a vegan diet. That means completely abstain from all animal products.
We are sincerely grateful to our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai for guiding us to the truth by sharing with us the moral precepts, the Kuan Yin meditation practice, and the vegan way of life, which respects all God's wondrous creatures. After Mauricio's denunciation of what he witnessed in the slaughterhouse, he wrote the book Ma vie toute crue, or Animal Abuse and Human Suffering, a slaughterhouse employee speaks out, based on his experiences there. In it, he said,
I am very proud of this book. It is like my third son. It has served as therapy for me, and it reminds me of my past mistakes. In 50 years, I will no longer be of this world, but this book will still exist. I left a trace of my history. In my opinion, children should be educated in animal welfare from elementary school. Everyone must be aware of what they are eating.
Mauricio now has an ongoing project to open a vegan restaurant as soon as the COVID-19 situation allows. He recommends the video The Damned, which is a compilation of slaughterhouse workers' testimonies of their everyday workplace hardships and has this message to share.
It's proven that we can eat vegan and we can be healthy. There is no longer any need to kill so many animals. There is no need to think only about trade, about the market. We have to stop. We have to stop. It's millions of animals per day. 3 million animals are killed in French slaughterhouses a day. 3 million, 3 million. My wish for 2021 and for the future is no suffering or animal abuse and no more deaths due to starvation in the world.
Thank you, Mauricio, for having the courage to speak out and denounce the horrifying treatment of both animals and workers in slaughterhouses. You knew that you would lose your job, yet your heroic gesture has given you the dignity, peace of mind, and power to move animal liberation forward. We appreciate and salute Mauricio García-Pereira for his honesty and bravery, wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. Tender-hearted viewers, thank you for joining us today. May your days be blessed with love, light, peace, and joy. Vegan, shining with the sun.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/VEG.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/VEG.
저희 방송은 다양한 언어를 제공합니다. 다음을 참고하세요. suprememastertv.com/schedule 그리고 suprememastertv.com/VEG